Today I traded Tesla options in the first 40 minutes of the trading day. I took 2 trades, 1 clean win and 1 mistake that almost cost me. I'll show you exactly why. So here we are. There's only one rule that matters to me at this point in my trading journey. I feel like I've been able to do really well with identifying a strategy that suits my personality. I understand how to read the chart, but now it's time to improve my execution. All right, so the first thing I did was I entered a 385 put on Tesla. Now we do have a big green power bar, but the power bar had to fight through all of these different moving averages in order to reach the other side. And when it reached the other side, or the 50 period moving average, this green moving average going across, it started to experience some resistance. This was an anticipation entry. If we would have broke through, I would have been able to cut the play immediately with minimal loss, but I'm betting on a pullback. That was just a little too aggressive for me. All right, so again, this is an anticipation, not confirmation. But this is also counter trend trading, something that I do often, that I'm also trying to work on and navigate. So here we go. I believe that all of the things that I do are really are very good, except just this one thing. And that's why I'm focusing on the only rule that matters. And I'm going to tell you what that is momentarily, but I want you to see it. You see it? Do you see it? That's the only rule that matters right there. Cutting the play. All right, you got to cut the play when you're wrong. So we're going to cut the play when the candle closes. But this is about where I enter. So this is the beauty of anticipation, because I need to cut the play where I entered it at. Isn't that amazing? Did you hear what I said? My break even, or my entry point, is my stop loss. That is beautiful. The only thing I have to do now is respect the only rule that matters. So I'm banking on a retracement that takes out half of this green candle. And that's what's happening right here. This 200 period moving average, the red moving average, is about the 50% mark on this green power move up. And we're currently breaking through there. Again, I chose a very small option because we're back in Tesla. Tesla is very aggressive. All right. And I'm trading with small amounts. I know how to win. I just need to work on losing the right way, not losing with hope. So here we are. I'm at 20%. I did not follow my 20% rule. And here we are. We're at 23%, 27%, 30%. Moving on down, looking to take out this green candle. And I'm also noticing that I have a trend line, an area of support that I'm hoping that this red move down is going to break through the support, because now I understand that once we break through the support, if we can hold, we're going to be moving down to the next level. So 408, 409 is now going to be one of our levels that we're going to keep an eye on. So this 409.18, remember that level, 409.18, 409.18. That's a level of interest moving forward. So I came all the way down. I was up 20% and I did not take profit. I didn't take profit. Now, here we are with a candle that looks like we're experiencing a color change, followed by a bearish reversal. Again, another reason why I didn't take profit. Now I'm up 32% on this particular trade. There is no reason why I didn't take profit outside of the fact that I'm at a support level. And I'm hoping that if we break through the support, we can continue to the downside. All right, so I don't want to just cut the play because I'm at the support level. I want to see how the stock reacts at this particular level. Now, we know Tesla has these very aggressive moves, so I can snooze and lose. And that's what I'm waiting to see. Okay, here we go. It's looking like we're pushing through it. It's looking like I'm getting 30%. Remember, this is a 70. This was I'm up $17. So this was a $57 option. All right, so you can get started with as little as $57. I'm proving that to you. This isn't guesswork. You can start as low as $60. You just need to know what you're doing and be okay with losing that $60. All right, but we are looking to cut the play when we get to this purple line, but we're also hoping to push through 409 to continue to 405. But it looks like we're getting some rejection. All right, and instead of me cutting the play because we're starting to scale back and I want to leave with $5, I'm just going to trust the process. I'm going to let my stop loss do the play cutting for me. And I'm waiting to see if we are going to get rejected off of these moving averages and continue to the downside. So is this in fact a small pullback? Or are we going to continue to the upside? So here we go again. It is painful to see that I was up 30% and then I gave it back. All right, but this particular week, I'm not going to concern myself with any of those other aspects of trading. I'm only concerned with one rule this week, and it's very simple. The one rule is we're going to cut the play and go the other way. Yes, we want to cut the play and go the other way instead of doing what you've witnessed me doing, sitting a losing trade for a day. I don't have another 24 hours to hope Tesla turns around. I want to cut the play and go the other way once we close above my stop loss. And we're already above it, pushing through it. This is where I start to challenge myself. I start to challenge my rules. I'm not as respectful to the rules that I have. I'm just paying attention to my thought process now. Look, I'm down 3. I'm starting, hold on, wait a minute. But then I went ahead and cut the play. $5 later. All right, so now you see I'm still back where I'm started at the low of the put, but I'm going to switch to calls and go the other way. Switch to calls and go the other way. So here we are, 435 call. Cut the play and go the other way. Cut the play and go the other way. So here we are. Now, should I have waited for an event? We got to work on that. Whether or not I should have waited for an event to occur versus just getting into the first candle when I cut the play. All right, so here we go. We are getting a tail bar, a small, but it looks like we're getting a tail bar from the 200 period moving average, and that is one of our events. All right, so for the rest of this month and moving forward, we're not just focused on events and locations. We learned from our last trades or from our trades last week the value of levels. So now we're not just trading events and locations, but we're trading events, locations, and levels. ELL, events, locations, and levels. All right, so right now the stop loss seems to be a level that we are either going to break out from or break down. And here we go. It looks like we're getting that tail bar. We're pushing.
Hey.
40 seconds left. And this was a much better experience. This right here feels better. The fact that I cut that loss, and instead of me saying, wow, I was up 30% and now I'm negative $20 and I was up $20. It's like now I could say, you know, I chose a direction, I was wrong, and I cut the play and continued to trade with the trend. I continued to trade in the direction of the momentum, of the flow. All right, so that feels better than to still be in a losing trade 30 minutes later. Now, keep in mind, had I took profit when I caught that red move to the downside to 409 and just took profit because I could see that that was us retesting the bottom, that would have been okay too. But the lesson this week is not about what you do when you're right. It's about what you do when you're wrong. And what we are going to master on this channel with Stock Market Daddy, we are going to master trading strict and getting rich. That's what we want. Anything else is uncivilized. All right, so let's trade strict and get rich. That's going to be the new motto. Not I hope you get rich, but trade strict and get rich. All right, it's no hope here. Trade strict and get rich. Let's stick to these rules. Let's be uncompromising. And let's get to it. Let's keep going to keep growing. So here we are at 16%, 18%, 21%, 20%. Continuing to move. Continuing the move up. Now we're looking to we're making a new high at this point. So this is a new high for us. And this is where I'm cutting the play. I typically take profit at a new high or 20%. A new high or 20%. And I have noticed that I've been leaving money on the table instead of focusing on the trend and moving my stop loss up. And I understand that, and that's okay, because what we're going to do is we're going to take it one metric at a time. We don't want to switch up too many things too fast. So let's stick to our 20% new high profit taking strategy while we focus on cutting the play and going the other way. All right, let's make that a lifestyle change. Cut the play and go the other way. That's where we at with it. Cut the play and go the other way. So here we are, 16%. Continuing to move. We have our 21 period moving average pointing up. We got a relatively flat 200 period moving average, but we are above all of the moving averages right now, which means it's nothing but space and opportunity. Movements to the upside. Nothing but space and opportunity with movements to the upside. And that's why trading the levels are so critical. So what I could have done was gotten out at 409, waited to see what the experience was going to be, and then got into this trade going this way. But it's okay. I did a beautiful thing. I cut the play and I went the other way. And that is something I want you all to hold me accountable for moving forward. So here we are, 30%, 33%. We're going to take our $20 win and we're going to head out. Peace and love. And remember, trade strict. Let's get rich. Let's trade strict and get rich. Peace and love. And I'll see you in the next video. Comment on this video if you think this is helpful. Subscribe to the channel.